swearing at you?
Yes, you are.
Am I swearing?
Dinner downstairs, now.
I think both Helen and I feel sort of desperate, really, and so we'd really like help.
Things got so bad, they even arranged for one boy to spend a week in care. Someone who claims he can help them is Warwick Dyer. A former teacher, he's created a unique system of behaviour management. He'll meet the parents only once and never see any of the boys at all.
Richard, followed by Philip, then Andrew, then Paul, then Daniel, finally Oliver.
Without ever seeing the fights, Warwick will give Helen and Jeremy a detailed analysis of why their family's out of control.
Your children have got various ways of undermining your authority, and the biggest one is to fight with each other. They're not undermining each other so much as you, because you don't know what to do. You're having to intervene and decide who's right all the time. Instead of them sorting it out, you sort it out. And they know one of the ways they can get attention is to fight.
Get off him now! Get up! Get out!
How many arguments would you say that you have each day?
One every hour or one every 2 hours?
Yes, about that one every 2 hours, I'd say.
It is not manners to listen. No.
7 arguments a day.
Yes.
Yeah? 7 days a week, presumably. 7 sevens are 49. What's that? 4 times 49. That's 200 times a month. 12 times 200. What's that? 2,000 times a year. They haven't got it yet? Do you think they're ever going to get it?
No.
They're not going to get it.
Warwick thinks the way the parents deal with the fights is actually fueling the fire.
Ow, Mum! What?
Where did you pull my hair out?
Richard? Oh, for goodness sake, where on the earth?
One problem is they take sides.
I will deal with him in a minute. What he did was... Shush! Oh, I understand you're angry and upset and hurt. You trust me that I will deal with Richard. All right?
It's the process of arbitration that causes these disputes within families. The dispute is about who will Mum favour? Who will the arbitration favour?
And you certainly don't pull his hair. I don't care what he does to you. If he hits you, come and tell me. I'll deal with it.
It's only when parents keep trying to interfere with their disputes that they have this problem. If you arbitrate, you will leave both children wanting to fight because they're fighting for the arbitration.
All right? Richard, do you hear me? Thank you.
So you don't support either, even when it's glaringly obvious who's at fault.
Like many parents, Helen and Jeremy favour the youngest child. Oliver's 10.
All right.
No one likes Oliver because he always goes to Mum and Dad. He starts an argument, slobs things, then he runs to Mum and Dad and gets protection behind them. And then they stick up for him, trying to protect him.
Most of the altercations between a younger one and an older one are started by the younger one. They appear to be being picked on. In fact, it's the other way around. They get it going because they've got nothing to lose. Nobody's going to let them in the family get the comeuppance for whatever it is they do. They're going to be supported.
In Mum's eyes, so Oliver is the little sweet innocent one, but she doesn't realise that he does cause some of the problems sometimes, just by doing stupid little things like running past, and switching off the TV.
To assume that the younger one needs to be protected all the time is lunacy.
He's been a very horrid boy. Just take time to calm down. Take some deep breaths. Breathe in. Ready? Breathe in.
Ready, breathe in.
Breathe in.
Breathe in.
Breathe out.
Breathe out.
You're doing it.
I do it.
Come on. Daniel, stop it.
Daniel, stop it.
He's a very naughty boy. I'll have to deal with him in a minute. I don't know what to do.
The so-called victim always makes a massive fuss to draw the parents in.
What now? That is really awful. Get out!
He deserves it.
He's spitting out the window out.
Right, what?
Get off me.
No, you're not going out.
Get my rug.
You're not slamming the door. No. No.
Don't you ever see a smile in their eyes when this is going on? When you're telling one of them off, do you not see that smile in their eyes? That unconsciously you're seeing, but you're not registering consciously?
So rude to me.
Warwick believes the parents get sucked into battles of will, which the boys are actually controlling.
I will count to 5.
1,
1,
2, 3, 4,
2.
Why have these sorts of battles, which the whole purpose of it is my will is going to be stronger than yours? Never do this, because if you do that, you will never win. And in a battle of wills, there's only going to be one winner between a parent and child, and that's the child.
I'd stop doing that if I was you.
I won't.
Right, yeah, take your shoes off.
Temper tantrum is not a child out of control. It's a child supremely in control.
Why should we pay money for him to do taekwondo when all he's going to do is act like that? It's quite ridiculous. If he's abusing it, then it stops.
Well, I don't think he'll see it as abusing it. He's just using a skill that he's learned. He doesn't see it as he's abusing it.
You've got 6 children. It's like survival. But if you're going to use this system that I'm talking about, you've got to relearn how to speak to your children.
After an exhausting 7-hour session, this is the last time Helen and Jeremy will see Warwick. From now on, the only contact is a daily phone call to keep them on track with his new rules.
Today's been incredibly painful and incredibly hard, but it's what we needed to hear. Hopefully we can start to make small changes that will make big impact. I hope so.
What we're going to do...
Helen and Jeremy are working with a behaviour expert to learn to control their 6 sons.
Everyone,
They call a family meeting to explain the new regime.
you'll get about the same amount as you...
The parents must stop shouting at their boys and start a new pocket money system. In return, the boys have to do a job and behave. If they're rude or fight, they'll get a warning, followed by a 2-penny fine.
Wouldn't that be a long time? Because we swear a lot.
We really, really do not want to take money off you. Only if you've, really broken the rules and you won't stop doing something, okay, or you're really rude to us.
That counts me out.
Okay? No, Andrew, it doesn't. Richard, did you have a question?
Yeah, can I go back to bed now?
I think, Andrew, you had a question.
What I was thinking, wouldn't that be very expensive?
Andrew,
Got a lot of money.
listen. I know we haven't got a lot of money and it's really lovely of you to think that. That's not for you to worry about. That's for me and Dad. We have thought about this. So all you need to do is to listen to us. And if we ask you to stop, then you stop immediately. It's your decision then, okay? Thank you very much for sitting, boys.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Mum would give up after 2 weeks and us boys would give up after 1 week. Because the reason why, because we're going to agitate each other, annoy each other. And Oliver would get very annoying, you would just have to hit him, I don't know why. It's just a thing you have to do. Even though he's the youngest. You don't stick up for him, you just beat him up.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't know if it will work.
Do you think you'll be able to stop swearing?
Andrew, no. Definitely not Andrew. I couldn't see that happening.
Day 1 gets off to a good start. It's normally a fight to get Daniel to help.
He's done his job this morning. I didn't even ask him. It was obviously in his mind. He wanted to get his job done and make sure he'd got that bit of his money sort of secure, obviously. And that's brilliant, really great. Ooh. Oh, Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard. What you got there? The cupboard was bare.
Lack of treats for the packed lunches presents the first real challenge to the regime. Andrew's not happy.
My bedroom!
Right, that's 2p you've lost. I'm not having you swearing at me. No.
Don't fucking give a shit about that fucking...
I'm walking away because I don't want to take any more money away from you. He's frustrated because there wasn't enough food, but it doesn't give him the right to come and swear at me like that. If he'd asked me nicely, then I could have helped solve the problem.
Yeah. Jolly good.
Right, Andrew, look. There's a sandwich, there's a sausage roll, there's a start.
That's a lot to eat! Fuck off!
Don't swear at me, Andrew.
I don't care.
Well, I do.
2p off.
Oh, I don't really give about the crap about that system. Stupid system. Right then. No, because I don't like them sausage rolls. I don't like them crisps. I hate that. You only get shitty, crappy stuff.
Perhaps I should have sort of given him another sanction for coming and throwing the food and being rude again, but...
So how many sanctions has he had?
He's only had 2.
I've given him 1.
Yeah, 1 for you, 1 for me. I don't really want to do any more this morning.
You can. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I don't really want to.
If you keep yourself away from it, so you're not provoking it, if he actively, swears, another one, straight away,
Andrew, I need you to open this door, please, so we can talk about this. Come on.
No.
This is silly. We don't want to... I should have said that either, but there you go. I don't know what to do. Hello, Warwick. It's Helen Hollis.
Oh, hi.
I'm sorry to call you this morning. I've just got quite a big problem.
All right.
I just needed to get some advice from you.
Oh, that's fine. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, sorry. Just let me compose myself. Sorry.
That's all right.
Andrew is refusing to go to school. He's barricaded himself in his bedroom and won't come out.
Just come down a second.
Yeah.
Now he's up in his room, okay?
Yes.
He's barricaded himself there. Your attitude to him not going to school should not be one of weakness. In other words, what he needs to know, if he doesn't go to school on a particular day, then his pocket money will be reduced by 25% for a period of time, 4 days. Whatever you think you can use, which will not end up with you running out. You must not run out of the sanction.
I understand,
Your job is to make it clear to him, if he doesn't go to school, what the consequences of that will be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sure. Yeah.
And you need to do that calmly, and you need to do it quietly, and you need to then let him make his own mind up about what he's going to do.
I understand.
So stay calm. He decides to do this because he's angry, whatever, as a punishment for you. You punish me, I'll punish you. This is what children say.
Yeah.
So in the end, we will win these by working out very carefully, making him an offer that in the end he won't be able to refuse.
All right. Thank you, Warwick. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's go and put it into practice. Andrew, can I come in and speak to you, please?
No.
Right. You need to listen to me, and I know you can hear me. It is 9:15. You need to go to school. If you refuse to go to school, Andrew, you are going to lose 20p of your money today, plus 5p over the next each 4 days. So you'll lose another 25p over the next 4 days. Right? Now, if you decide to come down now, I'm going to go downstairs and just finish getting my bits and pieces together. I'll be leaving in 5 minutes. I can take you to school so you're not late. That's your choice now. But if you choose not to go to school, I'm actually thinking about what else you're going to lose, because you must go to school. Do you understand me?
Rebellion is spreading. Now 10-year-old Oliver's trying it on.
Come on, let's go quickly. Oliver, come on, please, now.
I'm going to school. You can't force me to go to school.
No, I have to go without it.
Mummy, come on.
Helen has managed to stick to the no shouting rule, even though she's running late for college.
What did you have in front of the door?
That, my pillows, them weights, and them 2 weights up here, there. Said I'm not allowed to. I'm not going to have any money. I don't really care because I don't really care about the system.
She didn't say no money though, did she?
She went, not no money. No, I will get money taken off, like 20p. Then I went 4p off every day, I think. Every 4 days, or 2p, I'm not sure.
You're going to go to school tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't go to school tomorrow. I go to college.
And why did you decide you didn't want to go today?
Because my mum's been annoying and annoyed me. And there's nothing to eat decent.
And she went off and found you some lunch though, didn't she?
Yeah, but it's just crappy stuff. I don't like them crisps. I don't like that sausage roll. And all I'd have left is a sandwich and a chocolate bar.
So what are you going to do with yourself today then?
I have to clean up or Mum will get annoyed and upset. It won't be that nice for Mum. Yeah, even though I haven't been nice to Mum today. But I don't think anyone could have got through that blockage that I made. Because I made quite a good block. Because my mum makes it too easy for me. If you look around, there's too many stuff you can block the door up with.
Andrew stays off school. Older brother Philip has a day off college and can supervise him.
Are you going to do the money or am I going to do the money? I'm just a bit worried that some of them are going to be not too happy about how little they're getting.
It's the end of day one and Helen organises the boys'
I'll
payout.
tell you how much you've got for today. Daniel, don't go on to me like that. That's it. 2p. So you've done your job today. So that means you get
Some boys get nearly all their money, but Daniel's been heavily fined for swearing.
Stupid 2p thing. It doesn't even work. It's making me even worse. It's making me even worse.
The boys can get up to 60 pence a day, if they're good.
Okay, good night, darling. Right, Daniel. You've not done particularly well today. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 22.
I didn't get 22 away.
Yes, you have.
Where the fuck did that disappear to?
Dan, come on, let's not have any
Yeah,
more.
where did that disappear to?
Daniel, let's not have any more.
No, 'cause
okay, you don't want to do
all I remember is you taking away 6p.
Dan, I have said, if
No,
you
you
don't
haven't.
hear me, right, don't be rude to me. Please.
No, fuck you. I'm talking.
Dan.
Stick it where the sun don't shine. I'm talking.
Dan, I'm not going to take any more money off you.
I'm
I'll put your
talking.
money here.
You have to learn.
Dan, that's very, very rude.
Yeah, but you have to
Dan,
learn.
I'm going to take some more money off.
You have to learn. Not to talk when other
another
people are
2p.
talking.
That's another 2p.
Keep the whole fucking lot, bitch.
In the face of extreme provocation, Helen has stuck to the politeness rule.
Andrew, would you like to come and see how much money you've got today?
And as advised by Warwick, she fines Andrew for his day off school with no recriminations.
Now then, today I've had to take an awful lot off you. So you've got 10p today by the time I've taken everything off you.
Oh, cool.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Do you know how much it could have been today?
Yeah. What do you
It could have been 50p.
Thanks, Mum. Bye.
Good night, Andrew. Up to bed, please. Yes, who's calling me?
It's the first day in years that Helen hasn't lost her temper. In the past, she only had her faith to help her keep her sanity.
I lived in Southern Ireland with my parents. There wasn't anybody who lived nearby. The nearest thing to play with was a cow or a sheep in the field, or the donkeys we had. And we came back to England. We moved up to Norfolk, again, out in the middle of nowhere. So again, very isolated. I struggled at school, socially. I can remember very vividly standing on the edge of the playground and seeing all these children playing in the middle. I didn't know how to get involved with these children playing. And that sort of stayed with me for a very long time. That sort of not being able to cope with other children in a social situation. I'd like to be the life and the soul of the party, but I don't know how. I can't ever be. I would like to be a lot more social than I am able to be. I met my first husband, and he was working on the fairgrounds. I'd never been to a fairground before, and I bravely went down and found it all very exciting. I'd never ever thought that I would be taken any notice of by any male person at all whatsoever. I didn't think I could ever be thought of as attractive to another person at all, so when somebody showed an interest in me, despite the fact that I could see that there were many things that were completely against what I thought were important to me, his way of life and his language and his manners, they didn't fit into what I really wanted out of somebody at all. But I was willing to overlook all that just because it was somebody that showed interest, and I thought, oh gosh, you better grasp the straw here, girl. And I suppose, yeah, I loved him at the time.
Helen had her 6 boys in just 7 years, but the marriage was unhappy and ended in divorce. Richard was only 7 years old when his father left.
Bit of a prick keeps walking out of my life. You know, last I saw of him or heard of him, well, I saw him was January 21st, 2000. Heard from him November the 7th, which is my birthday, that year. Haven't heard from him since, seen him, nothing.
My dad ran away. He took an overdose, ended up in hospital. Then my dad came back here and he was talking to us, then he came back, went off, then I think he came back and went off again. And then we haven't seen him since, and basically he doesn't even want to talk to us, have anything to do with us.
I think it's because he can't handle the responsibility of all of us, you know. If he sees a problem, the way he's grown up, he's just grown up now thinking, run away, because that's what his dad done.
Richard and Philip hate his guts, but Andrew and Paul, they love him because they're brought up with him. Oliver, he likes him, and I do.
I would welcome him back into my life. I'd help him out. I'd get him a flat or a house. I'd pay the rent. I'd find him a job, but I'd give that. Then that'd be his last chance. So if he pissed off, then that's it. I'd turn around and say, "Sod off. Don't want you back in my life."
Did you ever write to him?
No, because we don't know where he is.
Do you think he might come back?
Well, hopefully sometime he'll have the guts to come back. Yeah.
No, you don't sweat. That's 5p off.
Halfway through the first week, the boys are still rebelling. Jeremy's struggling to use the fines on Daniel and keep calm himself.
You really are a silly boy. Come
But Helen's doing well. She's managing not to interfere.
Andrew, please be quiet.
All over you. Bastard. Because you can't touch me, I'll get you arrested. Do I give the crap?
It's terribly annoying, I imagine, being treated like that.
Yeah, annoying's a bit of an understatement, really. But I'm much calmer. I'm more worried about Warwick, what Warwick will say, what Daniel will say. Trying to get it over to Warwick. Oh, I'll get a real lecture from Warwick. So I think, oh, I've got to keep calm. Otherwise Warwick's really going to lay into me.
Hello?
Hi Warwick, it's Jeremy and Helen.
Right, so how things been?
Daniel had been told that he wouldn't have any pudding unless he finished his vegetables.
Yeah.
So he tried to throw some of the vegetables at his mother. He hit me.
And what was your response to that?
Well, I extricated myself and left the room.
Boys are very much like this with fathers who they perceive to be weak, because you get, as a boy, you get your sense of what it is to be a man from your father. If they can physically push their fathers around, what their children see is weakness. And when their child sees weakness, it hurts their own self-esteem. And the reason that he does it to you is because he knows not only will he not get hit back, but in the past there hasn't even been any consequences for it at all.
But tonight, there will be consequences.
You laid the table, so you get your 10p for that. And then you lost 10p for eating with your fingers.
I wasn't eating my fingers. I was eating with my mouth. Dad.
And that's 38 pence. What should you get today?
Thanks.
So what did you lose? How much did you lose?
12p.
12p. What was that for? In other words,
being naughty at the table.
What do you need to not do tomorrow to get your full pocket money?
Be silly.
Jeremy lets the fines do the work of punishing Daniel. And the regime is finally sinking in.
We're going to count it, so you're going to watch Friends.
The Hollises are using Warwick Dyer's regime to learn to control their 6 sons. 1 week in, they're down from 50 arguments a week to about 25. Andrew is off on a trip, and Helen has left stepfather Jeremy in charge of the packing.
Andrew's off to Army Cadet Camp this evening, so I've been out all day, expected to come back and find him packed and ready. I'd asked Jeremy to do it, and as usual, nothing's been done, so I've now got to try and get it all done now, and the ironing and everything, so it's stressful. I think he's gone out to collect the car, which I said he'd have to do later, but I have to be very careful what I say to him when he gets back, I think. I'm not in a good mood. Daniel!
I hate it!
Dan!
I hate trying to think.
Right, get up.
Game.
Get up, come on please. Hurry up. Daniel, get off the bed.
He's just wrecked the whole
All right, okay, fine, he's wrecked the whole bed. Oh, God.
Okay, then if I'm not going to take the cuts up.
This is just typical of what happens if I go out for the day and leave him in charge.
That doesn't look good, Mum.
Oh. Have you picked up that game in your bedroom yet, Oliver?
You picked up one piece, you said.
No, I did not say one piece, Oliver. I said half of it.
Helen's forgotten Warwick's politeness rule.
Jeremy, can you sort out the vegetables, please? Mash the potatoes. Daniel's laid the table up. What, green beans? I've done it already. I had to, didn't I? You went out. You know, I'm supposed to super.
And she gets a dressing down from Warwick in the nightly phone call.
The way in which you ask Jeremy is inappropriate if you want this system to work. If you're doing it to Jeremy, you absolutely are doing it to your children. And the smallest child shouldn't be spoken to that way, certainly not the older ones, and certainly not Jeremy. If you speak to them that way, you'll make them antagonistic. They'll do it reluctantly. They'll do it as if they're being forced to by somebody who's kind of aggressive and not liking them very much at that moment in time.
And just so you remember, the routine for the evening is up here, Jeremy, okay? You know, I took the time to actually write it out so that everybody, including you, it's been up there for 2 weeks at least, if not longer, and I did bring it to your attention.
Both of you must look at the way in which you speak to it. You must not let Helen speak to you like that. Because if you let her speak to you like that, she's going to forget when she speaks to the children, and vice versa.
I was saying to keep everybody in the routine so that homework was done, okay? You know, I may expect to have to repeat myself to the children, but I don't expect to have to repeat myself to you.
You're using strength, anger, determination, rudeness. You've even got so used to doing it to your husband, not to the children. And you've got to stop yourself doing that because it's rude. You're wanting your children to behave politely to you, and you're rude. I know you're rude to them if you're rude to Jeremy. It's thoroughly rude.
Do you think you're over-dramatising
No,
that?
absolutely not. If you speak to anybody like that, they won't want to do it. You're used to it.
Jeremy, this is homework time, not TV time. Jeremy, it's written down. Daniel's got homework to do. What are you going to do about it?
Nothing.
Why not? So I've got to do it.
No, because you've got a very bad mood.
Well, I'm sorry I've got a bad mood, but, you know, it's there in the routine. I've written it down for you.
When you came in, you've been horrible the whole time.
You assured me this morning that when I came back, everything would be done, there'd be no problems at all.
I didn't say everything would be done. I said that the boys would be fine. I'd get on fine.
You'd get on fine means things would be done.
I am not a slave.
Okay then, guys.
All right then.
I'll hear from you tomorrow.
Okay.
Right. Bye, Warwick.
Bye.
Which one is it? The red one?
That one here. Got some super glue. I'm gluing my mouth together.
No, definitely not super glue. Maybe a bit of tape now and again might not be a bad idea.
As long as I can put a rocket up you sometimes. Get you to do things. Then I wouldn't have got so frustrated.
Helen was on her own for 3 years after she divorced her first husband and found it difficult to cope with the boys by herself.
I'd spent one evening feeling that I really couldn't go on any longer on my own, not having someone to share things with and talk to. And I went to bed just praying to God that, you know, if there is someone out there for me, you know, please show me. And that night I had a very vivid dream, and I believe I'd been given a vision. And I woke up in the morning with a very strong conviction that God was really going to show me that there was somebody there for me. 2 days later, Jeremy contacted me after just having moved into his house. So we had our first serious date.
But I was wary about getting involved. But I just felt, you know, we get on very well, and so I suppose I just fell in love then.
He's just gone through life doing his own thing, and suddenly, oh gosh, here comes Helen with her net. Help, I'm caught.
We've come together in the presence of God to witness the marriage of Helen and Jeremy.
He'd never had a girlfriend before, any relationship at all. It was a completely fresh start for both of us.
I thought about having my own children, and to be honest, I'm perfectly happy with the ones I've got. They aren't naturally mine, and I don't find that a problem at all.
I never said to the boys, you've got to call him Dad. It was their decision entirely.
He come into a family of 6 kids, you know, not all his own kids, you know, so he's still kind of learning, you know, what it's like to be a father, you know, of 6 boys, you know, so it's kind of hard.
I believe that God had put me in the situation. You know, if he's given me this task to do, then I should complete it. But when the boys have arguments, swearing, tantrums, there have been times when I felt, what's the point in this, and almost got quite angry with God.
It's the second week of the regime and it's still early days. Warwick insists that the children are the priority at all times, but Jeremy's distracted.
I don't know how we're going to have dinner, Jeremy. Can you suggest what I can do?
You know, we've got other place in the house. We will use that.
We haven't.
Right.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Hello?
Hi Warwick, it's Jeremy and Helen.
Hi, how are things going with you?
We had to lay a carpet in the sitting room, and I think Helen got a bit frustrated.
So, what do you mean? I mean, what was it that you weren't doing because you were doing the carpet?
I was in the sitting room, and things went pretty bad in the kitchen, and perhaps I was leaving it up to Helen.
Oliver, keep your opinions to yourself.
You're the fattest person in the bloody world. You at the Titanic.
While Jeremy's sidetracked, Helen's forgetting to use the fines.
If that's what you're doing, then I can tell you, you will not succeed, because if you say, I'm too busy to respond, what you're telling the children is that this thing is more important. There's always going to be a carpet, not the carpet.
Well,
You see, in your mind, even at this moment, Jeremy, that carpet is still more important than your boy. You see, the priority is what I'm after. You could be working on the carpet, still have the priority as your boys.
Right, if you two really can't bickering, you don't get pudding. Your choice now.
Under duress, Helen forgets the politeness rule.
Can you just be quiet, please, and eat your dinner?
And she takes sides.
Oliver, you're obviously provoking Andrew in some way. Don't you dare.
They pay the price.
You don't figure anything, you're kidding me.
Damn this! You can do this stupid bloody system because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I did what he said. I told Oliver off as well, treated him as well, and then what happens? I get things thrown at me then. It just gets worse. Oliver never used to throw things at me.
Right, it will work, because the old way didn't work. Right, Oliver threw something at you, that's 10p.
I've only taken 10p off him this morning for throwing something at me. That's twice in one day.
Right, okay, he's going to lose out. He will.
Yeah, but it's me, it's my fault.
Let the sanctions do the work, please.
What, when it's my fault in the first place?
It's not your fault.
It is, you know what he says, it's the parents' fault.
It's your fault that you weren't able to keep calm.
I'm useless at it. It will work if I wasn't here, yes. But I mess it all up. I'm bad-tempered, I'm grumpy, I'm moody, I'm rude. I'm just horrible. Because unless I can keep it up consistently, it's not going to work. And I can't, because life keeps getting in the way.
It was the Hollis family before they started working with behaviour expert Warwick Dyer.
Oh, look at him, he's so hard.
Even though the boys have cut down their fights, Helen's still struggling with the regime. Last night, she doubted her strength to carry on. She takes the boys to London for the day to think it over.
My focus is on the boys today, 100%, so it's important that they have my time and attention. I have no choice but to carry on with it. Can't go back to the way we were. There's no way we can do that. So I don't think we'll survive as a family much longer if we do that. Right, what you need to do is get that foot up behind you. If I were to give up, then Jeremy couldn't carry on either, and that's not fair on him because it's obviously helping him tremendously. I know it works. It's just me. I'm the weak straw in it, really. So that's the problem.
Helen sticks at it, and the fines become routine.
Any plate you break, that'll be 5p a plate. That one's dirty. It needs to go in the Don't you dare! If you break anything, it's 5p for whatever you break.
How much have you lost today?
4p already. Oliver, he still is stupid, and but I think he has calmed down a little bit.
The pocket money system is, I do not like it because Dad takes loads of money. He'd take 2p if you just go fuck off to him. Sometimes you just think, oh, it's only 2p, it doesn't really matter. But in the end, it does actually matter because it's quite a lot at the end of the day. Through last week, I've been quite annoying, so I've been only getting 15p. But now I'm getting now I'm getting a bit more money.
I'm very disappointed in you. Tomorrow, you're really going to have to try and watch that tone of voice. Yeah, Richard. 68p. Just watch that tone of voice tomorrow. That's what let you down today, all right?
It's very hard changing your ways with the boys. And Helen's getting annoyed with me because I sound more and more like Warwick.
Yes! Not only did I have the hour phone call from Warwick the other night, not last night, the night before, Friday night, I then had half an hour of Jeremy lecturing me Warwick style afterwards.
I didn't mean to make it sound like a lecture, but maybe it did.
Never mind, at least I can laugh about it, darling.
Why do we only get 3?
Because otherwise I'm going to run out of bacon, Andrew and sandwiches. Sorry, Andrew. It's rude. That's, yeah, under the tail, because that gets all very matted there.
What's going on there?
Well, lower down. He doesn't want the water spray there either. Each leg needs to be done separately.
6 weeks in, Helen feels more in control of her family. The boys are far more cooperative with her and each other.
What should I put on the tail?
Right, you're going to have... I think the tail's got enough.
I've got loads on me.
Well, you'll dry off. Don't worry about it. There's only water. Just get his head first. Okay, then. Out the way, then. Ready, go. Oh, thank you.
I wanted to do 3 o'clock. I kicked a lot of people and I got... I'm trying to dry him.
Thank you, Lord, for this lovely food that we can enjoy now. In Jesus' name, Amen.
Amen.
Mealtimes are no longer the battleground they once were.
That's what I do. It's lovely, like. I can't be and it catches me. It's funny. It's lovely, like.
Now Jeremy's taking real control of things. I am able to see him as more the head of the house, which I wasn't before. Jeremy is changing in the way that he's a father to the boys. The biggest improvement is in that way is that I'm not having to rush to go and back him up in a situation. And that's been very hard for me to actually not do, because I'm so used to having to go and get him out of a situation or intervene, because he's never been able to deal that well with a lot of situations. I think Jeremy is more masterful, yeah. He's always telling me what I should be doing. So yeah, I suppose from that way he is more masterful. Oh gosh.
That's what you wanted there anyway.
You're right, yeah, you're right. You are masterful now.
Getting there.
You're getting there. Oh, that's enough, no more. Okay, that's enough masterfulness.
Like today, for instance, taking your 4 boys out by myself. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay then, bye, have a nice day.
And you.
Now Jeremy's a more confident father, Helen's able to give more time to her studies.
If we hadn't been working with Warwick, I think there's a likelihood that we would have had to ask for help in finding alternative accommodation for 1 or 2 boys, because Jeremy and I were just at our wits' end with trying to cope with them. Now we see it in a very different light.
Andy's on it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not? Here I go.
Helen and Jeremy still need to phone Warwick every day. Andrew still sometimes refuses to go to school, but the boys are down from 50 fights a week to about 5. All the boys are earning more and swearing less.
Stop it. And you, Oliver. No, you're not the parent, Andrew, so let me deal with it. Right, so you don't throw bark around, otherwise we'll have to go, all right?
If Jeremy and Helen are to keep control of their boys, Warwick believes they must maintain his regime indefinitely.
When I first got told it, I was thinking, no way, this is never going to work. It'll last about 2 days and it's just going to break down like everything else has happened. But it's actually been lasting, and I find it's actually quite good. It's actually working, So if I had my own kids, I'd do the system, because it actually does work.